Hello, hello, Ignacy Striczek, Portal Games, and this is Portal Games Informant, our weekly show. We meet every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. European Time, and we meet with our fans, Portal Games fans, to discuss board games topics and discuss Portal Games topics. Welcome, everybody, and as every single live streamer on the planet, my first question to you is how's audio, how's video, if you see me, if you can hear me, how's things? Benjamin says, hey nerds, everyone ready for tomorrow? I prefer geek. Please answer. Do you hear me? Hello world. Sound and audio is great. As for now, we'll see what will happen. Last week we had some problems. So once again, hello, this is Ignacy Trzewiczek. I'm designer of Robinson Crusoe, Detective, Imperial Settlers, and I meet with Portal Games fans every Monday to discuss various topics, and the show has the same 3 segments every single week. The first 10 minutes is a warm-up, waiting for all of you to gather to be here with me. Just short updates from Portal Games offices. Then a topic of the week, and today I have an extremely interesting topic: 5 things that other publishers changed in my games. I hope you will find these small details interesting. And then we have always epic Q&A when I answer your questions and we discuss everything you want to discuss. It's good, widać i słychać. Hi all, looking good, nice work Marek, got my Moloch expansion today, says Tropical Penguin, and I'm super happy to hear that. This is true, last week we started shipping Moloch expansions worldwide, so we were shipping in Poland, we were shipping in Europe, and we were shipping in North America, so many of you already have this expansion. It adds a semi-comp variant to the game, so it changes a lot. So I hope many of you will be surprised, many of you will like it, some of you probably will not like it, because it really makes a big change into the game. Video lighting looks great, thank you for that. Greetings, first time catching this live. Hello Brian, nice to have you here every Monday 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We are here, and by the way, I see we have plenty of people already. Let me know which cities, which countries you are from, what time it is at your place right now. As I said, for us it's a slowly end of the day. 3 p.m. we have 1 more hour to work, and then we go for after hours, and today we are going to play Tekhenu, a new game from Daniel Tascani and David Turci, so heavy Euro on our tables. The big news of the week, and the big news for us of the month, of course, is this baby. I have here a mock-up, the Book of Adventures. Our campaign, our crowdfunding campaign starts tomorrow, and we're all very excited, and we're all very busy, and as you can imagine, although we are preparing for this campaign for months, yes, this is the last 24 hours and everybody's working like crazy, finishing the last artwork assets, the last details, the last descriptions, the last 2 weeks. So super busy. We'll be staying here in the office today very long, preparing this campaign, and tomorrow it starts. So we are very excited to see what happens tomorrow, 5 p.m. Polish time, which is 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We are doing a live stream, and our Twitch gang, Captain Link, and his team is going to do a live reaction videos for the campaign, and they have for you contests, they have for you surprises, they have for you additional content. They will show you a brand new scenario for Robinson Crusoe. So there's a ton of interesting things happening tomorrow, 5 p.m. Polish time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Be with us tomorrow on this very channel, celebrating Robinson Crusoe on the crowdfunding campaign for the first time in the history. Galway, Ireland, 2 p.m. I guess. Poznań, Poland. Robinson Crusoe is ready, no delays. We hope it is ready. As I said, we have a couple of things to finish, but basically we will be ready for tomorrow. 6 p.m. the campaign starts, 5 p.m. the stream starts. Did Asmodee buy everything else? Asmodee is buying everybody, but we are independent island, and we are still independent. We are still fine, so don't worry about us. tomorrow 6 p.m. there's a mock-up box for the campaign Robinson Crusoe Adventures on a Cursed Island, and if you love Robinson Crusoe, if you are a fan of the game, or if you haven't played it yet, you will be blown away anyway tomorrow. So stay tuned. Tomorrow 6 p.m. Polish time, noon Eastern time, I guess. Is Asmodee Moloch in real life? It may be true. They are big, that's for sure. Guys, last week I mentioned this, but I want to brag once again. I have 10,000 followers on my Instagram account. Thank you for following me on Instagram. We are putting there a ton of content, and this is a account that I'm running personally. It's called Trzewik, try to spell it. And on this account I put a lot of pictures of prototypes, of artwork in progress. So if you want to see behind the scenes content, this is this account Trzewik. And we also have the official one, the big one, Portal Games US, with more official artwork and photos. So that's it. That box looks beautiful. Who did the box cover art this time? We had a brand new artist. I'm sorry to say, but I don't remember his name, but he's super talented. He's done some work for Awaken Realms, and now he's done work for us. So we are very happy with working with him, and the art looks absolutely stunning. So another great box for Robinson Crusoe. I am very lucky with covers for this game. That's for sure. Instagram. Tomorrow we have a live stream for Robinson Crusoe, and tomorrow we have Robinson Crusoe. Today we are discussing 5 things publishers changed. The update for Undead. Why don't ask me about that? We have a very important update for Undead, Stronghold Undead. So what's happening? The shipping in North America began. I guess many of you already received the shipping notification, and it is happening. Finally, I'm very happy with that. And what is even more important, finally we are ready to ship UK copies. Last week we received the final documentations for taxes in UK, and we can finally do it. So also many of you already get notifications. If you are in the UK, you will receive this notification most likely, and this week we are going to ship all Stronghold Undead copies hopefully to UK and finish this dreadful chapter. And many of you will finally be able to play Stronghold Undead. Benjamin fixed my problems with the time zones, and Benjamin says Robinson Crusoe stream tomorrow is at noon Eastern time. So this is it. What are you drinking? I'm drinking, as always, tea. I'm a tea drinker, and I drink tea all the time. Mary says I'm drinking too much tea. I don't agree. This is tea and cookies. This is very classical Ignacy. Vienna connection, is it April? Asked Tropical Penguin. Not sure. It was planned to be shipped to our pre-order fans in April and street date in May, but because of the problems in ports and in China and containers, etc., it is now having some problems. We hope to ship at the end of April, beginning of May, and we hope to have a street date at the end of the May or at the beginning of June. We will see. The game is printed. The game is in transit right now. It's in transport, but there are too many adventures these days in ports to be sure of anything. The same happens for Egyptian Kings, for instance. This weekend we received an email about some problems on the sea with the ship. So these days you should expect a ton of delays from all publishers. It's really difficult times for transport in general in the world. Anyway, 10 minutes passed. I think we are ready for topic of the week. Are we ready for topic of the week? Marek says we are ready for topic of the week. So once again, to remind everybody, that was the first 10 minutes warm up and checking what's happening at your place and what's happening at Portal Games headquarters. Then we have this 15 or 20 minutes topic of the week, and today I'm discussing 5 things publishers change in my games. And after this topic, we will do a short Q&A, and I will answer all your questions about our games or anything else what you want me to discuss. So now, short commercial break, so I can go to the different section of this room, and we see you in a after short commercial break, and we go to this topic. See you in a moment. Szymon się wyleczył z COVID-a, to Damian złapał COVID-a i jego córka. No ale ma dziecko, wiesz, małe, nie? Ma to, co mu się rodziło w tym roku. Masakra. Ta kamera podejrzanie jest krzywo. Nie wiem, czy ty już masz taki pogląd na mnie, ale ona wygląda, jakby była bardzo, bardzo krzywa. Hello, Mr. Portal Games. We are back, and this is a topic of the week. So 5 things other publishers change in my games. This is a fun list because, as you can imagine, I am the designer and I'm publisher at Portal Games, and then we license game to different publishers, and these publishers sometimes change a few things. Sometimes, in my opinion, for good. Sometimes, in my opinion, not so much for good. So I decided to make this hopefully interesting list of 5 things that were changed in my games. Are we ready for the first slide, sir? And here we see a German edition of MH as a Beagle, the first expansion for Robinson Crusoe. These days out of stock. Once again, to remind everybody, we are working on a brand new edition of this expansion. It will happen most likely next year. So the expansion that we released in 2013 looked like that, and I was so proud of this cover because it reminded me these old books. And as you know, I love the theme. I love old books and libraries and all this jazz. So knowing that Robinson Crusoe already has a good reputation, and we knew that those of you who love Robinson Crusoe will buy this expansion even if it doesn't have this amazing artwork on the box, I said, let's do it the way I love it. Let's do it with the super thematic, without the artwork. Just it looks like an old book, and we were so proud. We went to the Essen with this box, and it was selling great. But then we had the feedback from Pegasus Spiele, our German partner, and they said they appreciate this cover, but they need illustration, and they will not publish a box without any illustration on that. And they appreciate my opinion. They appreciate that I love this thematic idea, but they want the cover. It is MH as Beagle. There must be a ship. There must be some suggestion to Mr. Darwin. So they ordered their own artwork. That was their idea to get the artwork done. They paid for the artwork. And the German edition is the only edition worldwide that has a dedicated artwork piece for MH as Beagle. So this is it. I prefer my cover. I prefer my thematic old book cover, but I have to say that I really appreciate the effort of Pegasus Spiele to invest in the artwork, to change it so it works perfectly well in their market, and I appreciate them doing additional effort to make this successful in Germany. And the expansion was very successful in Germany as well, so they did a great job. So now, all these collectors, all of you who want to have all editions, all variants, and now you can start looking for this German cover of the expansion. So there was number 5 different box of MH as Beagle. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is quite crazy because what you can see right now is you see our cover, a Portal Games cover, and you know it very well, Narushima Hex 3rd edition, and this crazy cover here that for sure would not be published these days because it is far too offensive for today's taste. Was done by a Chinese publisher, and in China we had a publisher who did a Narushima Hex, and they said they need to make this cover more appealing for fans in China. They need to change it, and they ask us if we agree for some changes. We say, I always say the same. We appreciate our partners. We sign the contract, and we hope that this publisher, this local publisher, knows his shit, that he knows what he's doing, that he knows his market. So we say yes, if you want to do your own cover, if you want to change the cover for your market, yes, you are allowed to do that. We appreciate your effort to make the game more successful in your country. And that's what we get when they decided to change the cover. We get this fancy lady. Now, as far as I know, the game was selling pretty well in China, but we didn't go in this direction. And as you know, our Polish, German, French, American, and all the regions stay with the dude instead of this lady. This lady was earlier on the cover for Uranopolis expansion, and they said this is the perfect cover for the game. And this is we have one copy of this box in the office because they had to send us the sample. So this is a change that we didn't pursue in upcoming editions, but this is a Chinese edition of Narushima Hex. Number three is a very interesting change because of the history, because of the culture of the region, because of the things that we didn't know about the region enough. And this is the change that happened when we found the publisher for Korean edition of Empires of the North. So some of you have this first print of Empires of the North, and in your first print of the game there is a map with different countries, different locations, different regions of the world. But then something happened, and then we changed this map, and some of you who bought the game recently have a different map. And as you can see, the difference, here is a nothing, and here we have houses and additional country added, and this is of course Korea. And it was very interesting topic. So when we were looking for the publisher, they say they love the game, they really want to do a Korean edition, but there is a problem. All the historical and cultural rivals of Korea, so Japan, China, all the other countries from this region are depicted on the map, and Korea is not. Why it is erased from the map? We didn't know the answer, and we said yes, this is of course a mistake. We will add Korea for the map as one of the big cultures, and yes, it is now in every single print of the game. You can see this additional piece of art, and the game was released in Korea and is very, very successful. So it was a great pick for us, for the publisher, and for you. You can now check your box at home, and you can very, very easily recognize if you were this first adapter of the game, this first print run owner who has this game without Korea, or you have this reprinted version with already this additional artwork added. So that was a fun lesson about all the different cultures and what's happening in that region, and how important it is to have all these cultures from this region on the map. So that was number 3, am I correct? So now let's go to number 2. And number 2, second time in the list, Pegasus Spiele, changing my game, but once again asking me for the opinion, and once again I absolutely appreciated the change. What they did, they changed the layout of the cards. As you can see, these Imperial setters, and you can see here the regular one, the ones that you have if you play English edition, if you play Polish edition, if you play French edition, etc., etc. But you can see German edition is quite different. They have these additional icons on the left, on the right side of the cards, and if you keep your cards in the hand, now it is much easier for you to find all the details about the card, for you to know what you have in hand and how this card works and what's the cost, etc., etc. That was interesting choice, and once again, kudos to the local publisher that their team, their development team, their editor team, not only translated the game, but when they have this game to release in the local country, in this version in Germany, they think if there's anything they can improve, if there's anything they can add, if there's anything that they can get experience from a Board Game Geek feedback and fans feedback on social media, and maybe improve the product. We in the end, we didn't decide to go in this direction, and all future print runs of Imperial Setters remind us at the very beginning as our initial layout, but I really, really appreciate also the German version, and I think the German players are very, very happy to have this side. So this is what happened with my game, brand new layout for the cards, for players to have easier navigation of the cards when they have them in their hand. And number one of the changes in the game, the one that I appreciate the most, is the Korean version of Detective, Korean version of Antares, and what this publisher did was absolutely outstanding. Do we have the file that we can play?
로건 로너라고 합니다. 제가 어떻게 하면 도움이 될까요?
It plays? Yeah. Thank you.
스피커를 통해
So our Korean publisher once again did one more step, did one more effort than everybody else, and they recorded voiceover for every interrogation, every questioning file in the base game of Detective. And not only did it like just regular voiceover reading these questions, they did the whole acting. They like some additional noises, additional background effects, special effects, different actors reading different parts of the story. Like they did the whole amazing work, making this like a theatrical experience, and I really appreciate the additional effort. I appreciate the additional work. I appreciate them investing additional money to create these amazing files. But this means so much for me that they care for the product, that they want to add more. And that's why I'm very proud to have this publisher as one of our partners, and I'm very happy for all Korean players that they are the only one worldwide that have these amazing scenes with voice actors and, as I said, special effects, etc. You can check it out. You can go to Antares website and just change the English language in the menu to Korean one, and you can listen how much work they put into Detective to make it even more amazing. So this was my top 5 changes in the games. Of course, the question is, which change do you like the most, or maybe which changes you recognize, you found when you compared on Board Game Geek English version, the one that we publish, with your local edition, with French, German, Spanish, Italian, etc. What other changes the publishers made? Let me know in the comments. And once again, if you can give us feedback about what you want me to discuss in the next episode, it is also very appreciated. I try to come up with interesting topics, but it's always good to have some more ideas from you. And that was Portal Games Informant, the topic of the week, 5 changes in games that were done by other publishers. I hope you like this list. I hope you enjoyed that. If you like this topic, if you like this type of the content, give us a like, subscribe to be with us every single weekend. Every single week we record every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And now it's time for me to once again go to the other camera. So once again, we will have a short commercial break. And I'll see you in a few minutes in the epic Q&A. So prepare your questions, and I'm already ready to answer them. See you in a moment. Hello, and I'm back. This is Portal Games Informant. We meet every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. European Time, and we discuss with our fans all things board games dedicated And we are in the third part of the show. As always, the first part of the show is me warming up, discussing what's happening, giving some rumors and the last updates from Portal Games offices. Then there's a topic of the week. We just discussed 5 changes in my games done by different publishers, and I really appreciate these changes. And now is the time for epic Q&A. So I have my iPad here and I'm ready to answer all your questions, and the last 10 maybe minutes we can discuss. So let me know what you want to know and I'm ready to answer. And reminder, tomorrow 6 p.m. Polish time it starts, and be with us. We are doing a live stream on this very channel. So when do we poke fun at Martin Tony? That's a new segment, right? This is a great question. The problem with Martin Tony is that they record only once every other week, so I cannot have something fun about them every week, and it makes me so sad. But indeed, their commercial breaks in the podcast or the Twitch channel, it makes me laugh so many times that then I, of course, want to give something back, and I'm making fun of them. Can we get a Podfather scenario for Robinson Crusoe? Podfather Stephen Buonocore is retired. I don't want to say he's lazy, but basically he will not design anything. He will just be drinking beer, sitting in his pool, and I'm not sure if he will do anything for Robinson Crusoe. But if you can make him, hi Ignace, and other real-world sports you want to see in the board games whenever you design it, or someone else. Jeremiah, we are doing 11 Football Manager game, as you know. In June we are going to Kickstarter. And I'm a huge sports fan. I play sports, I watch sports, I'm really into sport. But I'm not sure if board games can do sports right. And Football Manager, the game that you are managing players, you're managing directors, you're managing staff, you're building a stadium. It's not a sport game, it's an economy game. And I'm a huge fan of volleyball, but I'm not sure if I would like to play a volleyball game. I'm a huge fan of tennis, but I'm not sure if I want to play tennis as a board game. So I prefer to have my sports on a pitch, and I want to do my board games about something else. Rolling Dice, by the way, we are doing a Stronghold Under the live stream when we get it. Please do it on weekends so I can join you. And I'm happy to help you with the rules, because the game is a beast, so I can be your assistant if you need me. Yes, just calling you lazy, Martin. No, I was not calling Marty lazy. I was calling Buonocore lazy. Hello. The Podfather scenario would be start of the game company and then retire to an island. That would be interesting twist that you are on the island as an old person that did all amazing things, have a ton of money and just want to buy stuff, but there's nothing to buy on the deserted island. Guys, once again, short updates for everybody who was late. Tomorrow, Robinson Crusoe Game Fund campaign, we are going to blow you away. Be with us. We are doing a live stream. There will be a contest. There will be a ton of additional things happening. We have a board game mashups for you. We will do Robinson Crusoe and Detective mashup. This is gonna be so much fun for you tomorrow in the afternoon Polish time, for you in the middle of the day. Then of course the Game Fund, the Robinson Crusoe, big epic event for all of us here in the company. As for the Dune, important updates. Dune is ready. I'm very happy to say that this past week I was doing one of the final playtesting on the final materials with the group, playing the whole campaign, not at once, but it was 3 days, but basically prologue, first scenario, second scenario, etc. And it works perfectly nice and smooth, and I'm very proud. So very soon we will be finally able to start informing you about the game. The game is released for the fall season. And now we are going to release Vienna Connection, and soon after we start finally sharing some information about the Dune. I'm very proud of this design, and I hope all of you who will see the movie later this year will then check out the Dune House Secrets, because it is absolutely amazing twist in the detective series. And the news about the Raft of Lighthouse. I just talked today with Tomek, our marketing guy, about starting information about the product. Joanka, unfortunately, destroyed some part of the prototype because we wanted to show you some prototype, but she trashed it. I'm experienced designer. I don't trash my prototypes. I know they will be worth fortune in a few years. Joanna is a young designer. She doesn't know that. So she trashed some pieces of prototype. But we try to save anything that can be saved, and we want to start showing the prototype, start showing you some cards, some mechanisms. So very, very soon we are going to start presenting you this expansion. As far as I know, it is also almost ready. Guys, I think that we are going to say goodbye to you today because there is a few more videos that we have to record for the campaign and for the promotion, for the marketing. So thank you for being with us today. I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you enjoyed these 5 things that publishers changed my games. If you like that, please give us a like. If you want to be with us in touch, please subscribe to the channel. Be with us every Monday 9 a.m. If you have interesting topic for the show, please put it in the comments, and I will consider doing this topic for you and discuss these things. And well, see you tomorrow during the live stream, and see you next week, Monday, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Bye. Good luck, Portal Games. Absolutely, I appreciate it. How's Mark today? He showed like that, but before we started, he was not like that. He was using the words that YouTube doesn't appreciate, so I will not quote. But we had some difficulties, as always. Good luck. Thank you for keeping your fingers crossed. Tomorrow is a big day for all of us, a big day for the Portal Games company, Robinson Crusoe Goes, crowdfunding. We have no clue what to expect, and we will do live stream from that. Thank you.